How to get all the swords in King Legacy here in the second sea. A quick and direct guide on how to obtain all the King Legacy swords in the second world. So don't forget, seek first the kingdom of God and everything else will be added unto you. Love God, love your neighbor, and speak about God. May God bless you all, and let's get started. How to obtain the Anubis axe here in King Legacy. You can get it here on Tundra Island by defeating boss Anubis with a 10% drop chance. How to obtain the adventure knife here in King Legacy. You can get it here on Tundra Island in the second sea by defeating the flame user with a 10% drop chance. How to obtain the sunken blade here in King Legacy. It's in the second sea here on Loaf Island by defeating boss Ankh Vessel with a 5% drop chance. How to obtain the hunter blade here in King Legacy. You get the hunter blade after reaching a bounty of 10 million here in King Legacy. How to obtain the Pondere blade here in King Legacy. You can obtain it in the second sea here at headquarters by defeating boss Pondere with a 5% drop chance. Here's how to get the Koru sword in King Legacy. To obtain it, you need to start a quest here on Loaf Island. Enter these doors on the right and talk to the NPC to begin the quest. The first boss, Kappa, is located here on the island of Japan in Viridance. After defeating him, return to Loaf Island and speak to the same NPC to get the second mission. Next, you'll need to go to Tundra Island to defeat boss Anubis. Once you've beaten him, go back and pick up another mission. Return to Tundra Island and defeat the flame user, then go back and talk to the NPC. The next boss is on the same island and you'll need to defeat the sunken vessel. Pick up the mission one more time and defeat Biscuit Man on the same island. Finally, return to get the last mission. Enter Big Mom's palace, go through the mirror and defeat the Dog Master. Now you need to go back one more time and he'll tell you that you've completed all the missions. Then you can buy the sword for 25 million, and here's how to get the soul staff in King Legacy. It's in the second sea on Pirate School Island. You can get the hell sword in King Legacy by defeating boss Sally, who has a 5% drop chance. It's here in the second sea on Japan Island where boss Hyde appears on top of that palace, and it has a 50% drop chance. Let's get the authentic mace here in King Legacy. It'll be in the second sea here on School Island. But to get it to drop, you first need to obtain an orb by defeating the elite skeleton, which has a 0.5% drop chance. After you get this orb, you'll go up here and summon Kaido at this NPC, and when you defeat Kaido, there's a 10% chance it'll drop. Let's get the Dawn Mace here in King Legacy. Remember, you can get it by defeating the raid boss Hydra, but when it drops, there are 4 types of chests it can drop. In Tier 1, there's a 6% chance of dropping. In Tier 2, there's a 1% chance. In Tier 3, there's a 1.8% chance. And in Tier 4, there's a 7% chance we're going to get the Scepter of Flame here in King Legacy. You can get it in the second sea of King Legacy by defeating the boss Hydra. And there are 4 types of chests at the end. In Tier 1, you have a 0.7% drop chance. In Tier 2, you have a 1.3% drop chance. In Tier 3, you have a 2.4% drop chance. And in Tier 4, you have an 8% drop chance. We're going to get the Phoenix Blade here in King Legacy. You can get it in the second sea here in Lothi, Iceland, defeating Boss Hyde, who is actually Big Mom inside the palace. She has a 1% to 5% drop chance. How can you get the metal trident in King Legacy? It's located in the second sea on Lo-Fi Island. Enter Big Mom's palace and go through the mirror. Defeating the Dog Master gives you a 1% to 3% drop chance. How can you obtain the aquatic anchor in King Legacy? It's dropped by defeating the Hydra and appears in one of its chests. In the Tier 1 chest, it has a 1% drop chance. In the Tier 2 chest, it has a 7% drop chance. In the Tier 3 chest, it has a 25% drop chance. And in the Tier 4 chest, it has a 45% drop chance. Where can you get the cookie sword in King Legacy? I don't have that one yet, but you can get it on Lo-Fi Island by defeating boss Biscuit Man, who has a 5% drop chance. Where can you find the Apollo sword in King Legacy? It's in Fiore, and to get it, you need to defeat boss Prince Arya, and it has a 1% to 5% drop rate. Where can I get the Longa Evos in King Legacy? You can obtain this sword by defeating the ghost ships, which are the raid ship. It's one of the hardest to get, with only a 0.1% drop chance. Where can I find the Muramasa Masa sword in King Legacy. You can also get it from the boss raid, which is the Samurai King that appears on Japan Island. He spawns at the top of that castle and has a 15% drop rate. How do I get the Acrophoi in King Legacy? You can obtain it by defeating a Hydra or a Sea King and getting one of the 4 chests they drop. The tier 1 chest has a 0.07% drop rate. The tier 2 chest has a 1% drop chance. The tier 3 chest has a 5% drop chance. And the tier 4 chest, which only drops from Hydra, has a 10% drop chance. How can I get the Avalon sword in King Legacy? You can obtain this sword by defeating the minions that appear in certain locations on the map. After defeating them, a chest will drop. This chest has a drop chance between 0.5% and 1%. How can you get the authentic triple katana in King Legacy? You can obtain this authentic triple katana by defeating the Hydra. You'll need to defeat a Sea King and open the chests it drops. The tier 1 chest has a 1% drop chance. The tier 2 chest has a 10% drop chance. The tier 3 chest has a 30% drop chance. And the tier 4 chest has a 45% drop chance. So don't forget, seek first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added unto you. Love God, love your neighbor, and speak about God. May God bless you all.